do the most, don't they? Bad company, that's bad for your company. Strange. Bad company, that's bad for your company. Bad cow disease, now you in a ton of beef. Tucked underneath my new blue Dunkaroos. Flintstone, bust down, color Murakami. Fruity Pebble, Bezel, Wilma, Betty, Fred, and Barney. Bad, from out of town, I think she modeled Abercrombie. Wrist game, Lucky Charmy, told my jeweler, leprechaun me. I'ma come clean, I got cause I'm up and up the fees. Whole team got bees on their teeth all day. I got so much beef, I could barely sleep. Paranoia got me losing on my Z's all day. Good Lord, mama praying on the knees all day. If you still frontin' when I upped it, I'ma squeeze.
I'm above average.
Somebody call for the queen.
I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skip to school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sister by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder. Sipping ice on my ocean, ready for war like I'm Russia. Ladies should never the luggage. My diamonds they tussling, my neck and my belly. They call it for me and they. You want me like me and I look. Yeah, her Rex on her. Yeah, B-Rex better calm down. Yeah, if you go around, come around. Yeah, whole squad. Yeah, squad goes on me. Yeah, make some orange gel on my toes. Yeah, Farrakhan glass for the chosen. Yeah, you can go and get mad. Jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth, man, who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad, you too. Dripping my swag, do about tag on, I got it in the bag, man, I'm getting all type of cash, I'm a general true. I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skip to school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sister by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a vision.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the StubHub Center, 20 miles south of downtown L.A. Tonight, we wind up Week 5 with a good battle between the New York Jets and the Los Angeles Chargers. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll try and start this drive in the air, eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
A first carry for the tailback, Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Freeman. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On 3rd down, that's Freeman. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
He may try and run for this. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd make sure that he gets targeted.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
He'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
to throw here. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're...
First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. They'll run here with Freeman. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
He'll get it up the middle. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Looking to throw. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game, for here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
Right, lucky 56, lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone.
They go play action here on 1st down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
They'll drop to throw. Rolling to his right. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone.
Back to throw again. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers, and that will force a turnover on downs. 10th carry for Freeman. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's third down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, third down.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down, and he's in. Touchdown, Jets. In for the score. And the Jets are able to strike for 6. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score defensively. How do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. There'll be some contact going on.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
I know it's the first half, but it's still hard to curb the enthusiasm for that stop. 3rd and 1, and the offense can't get there. The defensive team has got to feel very good about themselves. Great job out-leveraging the offense.
The New York set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now it's Freeman. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Here's Freeman. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Gone, 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 gone. Gone, 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 gone.
Now back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harmon. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the 2nd half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, trying to hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Freeman again. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for the Jets on 3rd down. 43 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. This is Freeman, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a jet shaken up on the play. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is right there. It's good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Charger offense making their way back out there. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Anytime you eclipse 100 yards rushing, you deserve the acclaim that comes with it. And he got it. AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week.
It wasn't up around 200. Wasn't a crazy game, but very good. Solidly in that driver's seat to win that award, and he did. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go. And got his man complete. And he will finally go out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play there for L.A. And even 40 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And bulldozing his way through. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. Back to throw now on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and short. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. They'll set up to throw. The quick slant caught. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is down to 2. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. And now out come the Jets. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Lucky 56. Gone. Detroit. Gone.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Gone. Detroit. Gone.
He'll drop to throw. Thomas has got it, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
Now Mason. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Offensively, with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
On the ground again, it's Mason. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here. being chased out left. Now bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he finds a man with a crossing route. He's at the 30. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. He's back to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. In for the score. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. They do tack on the extra point as well, and the lead is up to 5. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And down he'll go at the 25. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from...
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was at...
Let's start with belief.